What is the most inoffensive thing you've seen someone get offended by? I worked at this tiny post office in Wisconsin. Had this little notebook where I tracked everything, birthdays, favorite flavors, who was allergic to nuts, all that stuff. So when Sharon hit her 60th birthday, I went all out. Made these dairy-free cupcakes because she mentioned once that lactose messed with her stomach. Even wrote little notes that said, "Happy birthday, Sharon, you're awesome." Nothing fancy, just trying to be nice. She didn't show up that day, but the next morning, man, the whole office felt different. Everyone was whispering, giving me these weird looks. Sharon was sitting at her desk with her arms crossed, looking like someone had just told her Christmas was canceled. I walked up with her saved cupcakes. "Hey Sharon, sorry you missed yesterday. I kept 2 for you, vanilla and lemon." She exploded. "I told you last year I don't celebrate birthdays." I blinked. Had she? I must have missed that in my notes. "Oh shoot, I'm really sorry. I totally forgot." "You didn't forget. You chose to ignore my beliefs. You made a spectacle out of me in front of everyone." I tried apologizing again, even offered to throw the cupcakes away right there. But she just kept going about how I was disrespecting her personal choices and making her uncomfortable. The whole office was staring now. That afternoon, I got called into HR. Apparently, Sharon had filed a formal complaint saying I created a hostile work environment by forcing personal celebrations on her. The HR lady, Janet, looked like she wanted to roll her eyes but had to take it seriously. "Chris, I have to suspend you for 2 days while we investigate." I drove home in complete shock. Me, the guy who remembered everyone's birthday, who brought gluten-free brownies for Mark in logistics because he had celiac disease, was suspended for being too nice. But Sharon wasn't done. A week later, this sheriff's deputy shows up at the post office while I'm sorting mail, hands me legal papers right in front of everyone. Sharon was suing me for emotional distress over cupcakes, dairy-free cupcakes that I made myself at 6 a.m. because I cared about her stomach problems. I couldn't afford a lawyer. I was barely making enough to keep my apartment. Spent my nights Googling free legal help and found this legal aid clinic downtown. The lawyer there, this young guy named Tom, looked at the papers and started laughing. "She's suing you for what exactly? Making her birthday treats?" Apparently it caused her severe emotional trauma. When we got to small claims court, even the judge looked confused reading Sharon's complaint. She sat there in her best church dress, explaining to this poor judge how my homemade cupcakes with encouraging notes had made her feel unsafe in the workplace and caused her significant mental anguish. The judge asked, "So he baked you cupcakes, made sure they were dairy-free for your dietary needs, wrote you a nice note, and this caused you emotional distress?" "Yes, Your Honor. It was social coercion. He was forcing his celebration culture on me against my will." The judge excused himself, came back 15 minutes later, and dismissed the case completely. No damages, no fines, nothing. But here's the crazy part. Sharon wasn't done even then. She started telling everyone in town that I was some kind of workplace predator who used birthday treats to manipulate people. Lost me some friends who only heard her side. Even had a few people ask me weird questions at the grocery store. 2 months later, Sharon quit the post office and moved 3 towns over.